Hey guys, and welcome back to the Santa's Bricks. My name is Jevin, and now when referring to Lego, there are a lot of different words you can use. So today I will be explaining some of the vocabulary you would use when talking about Lego. So without further ado, let's get talking about some Lego lingo. Lego, an interlocking brick system that is enjoyed by fans of all ages. Also, the word Lego comes from the Danish words legot, which means play well. Legos. Legos is the incorrect plural of Lego. The official plural is Lego brand building bricks, but since that's so ridiculous, most fans just refer to them as Lego. Clone. Now this isn't talking about clone troopers from Star Wars. What this is pretty much a toy that is compatible with Lego and is generally seen as a Lego ripoff. TLC. This simply stands for the Lego Company. TLG. This stands for the Lego Group. TLC and TLG are the same company, just different names. Billund. Billund, Denmark is where Lego has their headquarters as well as their primary design center. It's also where the Lego house is located. ABS. ABS stands for acrylonitrile butadiene styrene, which is the type of plastic that Lego bricks are made out of. Also, it is really hard to pronounce. Brick. Now this brick actually has two meanings. The first is that it just kind of applies to all Lego parts, and then also it specifically applies to bricks this height. Pretty much any sized piece, as long as it is this thickness and is rectangular, is considered a brick. Plate. A plate is any size Lego piece that is a third of the thickness of a Lego brick. In other words, 3 of these plates would make up a Lego brick. Tile. This applies to a Lego plate that has no studs on it. Element. This is a universal term for pretty much any Lego piece, whether it's a brick or a plate, no matter what it is, if it's Lego, it is an element. Stud. This is the name of the little bumps that are on Lego bricks that hurt so much when you step on them. Anti-stud. An anti-stud is on the bottom of a brick or a plate that allows the studs to connect into the bottom of a piece. K-fold. This refers to a kid fan of Lego in between the ages of 5 and 12. T-fold. This is a teen fan of Lego. A-fold. A-fold stands for an adult fan of Lego. Brick-built. A brick-built creation is just something that has been built out of Lego bricks. Mock. This stands for my own creation, which is anything that you yourself have built and have made your own. Builder. A builder is a Lego fan whose primary focus is on creating mocks as opposed to sets. Collector. This is very similar to a builder, except a collector tends to build more sets than mocks. Lego community. This is the worldwide collection of Lego fans. Lug. This stands for a Lego users group, which is a collection of builders of multiple ages that get together over their shared love of Lego. Burp. Burp is an abbreviation for Big Ugly Rock Piece. And the piece that this most commonly refers to is this piece here. As you can see, it really is a big rock piece. However, the reason why it's called ugly is because you can get a much more natural looking effect when using smaller pieces. Lerp. This stands for a little ugly rock piece, and as you can see, it actually looks quite a bit like the big ugly rock piece that we saw earlier. Cheese grater. Cheese grater often applies to this piece here. As you can see, it is a sloped tile, and it has these lines in the middle of it that makes it look like a cheese grater. Baby bow. Baby bow pretty much just refers to this piece here. As you can see, it's the 1x2 sloped tile. Now it has this name because it is the smallest member of the sloped brick family. 3.18. Now 3.18 millimeters is the diameter of a Lego bar piece. So you could use it to talk about either a Lego bar piece like this one, or you could use it to talk about the size of a hole. For example, this piece here has a hole that one of those bar pieces can fit into. Cheese slope. A cheese slope is a 1x1 piece that has a angled plate on the top, just like so. It's called a cheese slope because it looks, well, like a piece of cheese. Minifig. This is short for minifigure, which are these blocky little figures made by Lego. First released in 1978, these minifigures have become a trademark of the Lego company. Sigfig. This is short for signature minifigure, which is the representation of a Lego fan put in minifigure form. Now, a sigfig doesn't necessarily have to look like the real person, it just is a fun way of expressing yourself. For example, this is my sigfig. Mini dolls. These are the thin, curved figures made by Lego for their elves, friends, and Disney princess themes. They were originally introduced in 2012. Cow. Now, this stands for curved out wedge, which means a brick like this. Now, there are many sizes of cow bricks, just as long as they have the long part here and then the shorter wedge here to kind of make this almost triangular shape. Jumper plate. Jumper plate refers to this piece here. As you can see, it is a 1x2 plate, but unlike the regular plates, this only has one stud in the middle. Snot. Snot stands for studs on top and actually has two different meanings. The first applies to pieces with studs on the side. The second applies to a building technique where you have the studs facing in a different direction so that they are not on top. And the best way to flip these is actually with snot bricks. Travis brick. This refers to this piece here. As you can see, it is a snot brick with a stud on each of its four sides. This is named after Travis Kuntz, who used this part very frequently. Headlight brick. This refers to this piece here. You can see it's similar to a snot brick, except it has this little outer edge here, and the stud is a little bit further inside the brick. Now, it's called this because if you put a 1x1 clear stud on it, it looks like a headlight. This is also known as the washing machine brick or the Erling brick, named after its creator. Vignette. This is a small Lego scene, usually built on an 8x8 base plate. Usually this will include a minifigure doing an action that has been frozen in time. Diorama. This is a Lego scene built on an irregular base. This is pretty much the opposite of a vignette. Microscale. This refers to the scale of anything smaller than minifigure scale. Miniland. This is a style and scale of building where a regular person is about 10 bricks tall. Its name derives from the Miniland exhibits in Legoland that use this scale. Illegal. This refers to Lego building techniques that break the rules of Lego building. The easiest way to tell if your connection is illegal is if it puts stress on a Lego brick. Legal. This refers to the building techniques that aren't illegal. This means that they don't put any strain on Lego bricks. Rainbow Warrior. This refers to the multicolor fun builds made by kids. Studless. This is a building technique when you can't see the studs because they're covered up by tiles, or a different technique. Swooshable. This applies to any Lego build that allows you to pick it up and swoosh it through the air. Custom. This applies to anything that uses non-Lego parts, whether it's just a minifigure or an elaborate build. Purist. This is a Lego creation that does not use any non-Lego elements. This is the opposite of a custom build. Greebling. Greebling is pretty much a form of Lego mosaic where it has 3D stuff coming out of the mosaic. Lowell sphere. This is a 4x4x4 stud sphere connected using snot bricks. Now, it's named the Lowell sphere because it's named after its creator, Bruce Lowell, who designed it back in 2002. A couple weeks ago, I showed you guys how you can build your own Lowell sphere, so be sure to check that out. NPU. This stands for nice part usage. What that means is it is an unexpected use of Lego pieces in a way that they weren't quite made for. Stamp. This stands for stickers across multiple pieces, which means that the pieces can never be separated from each other without breaking the sticker. Kusu. This was the name for Lego Ideas when it was in its beginning stages. Now, if you don't know, Lego Ideas is a platform where builders can submit their own ideas, and if it gets enough support, it could potentially become a real Lego set. UCS. UCS stands for Ultimate Collector Series, which is a collection of LEGO Star Wars sets that are very big and very expensive, marketed toward adult LEGO fans. Now, most of these sets are larger than minifigure scale, however there are a couple that are indeed minifigure scale. Ideas. As I mentioned before, LEGO Ideas is the platform where builders can submit their builds to gain support and possibly even become a real LEGO set. Alright guys, and so that is our LEGO Lingo brick tip. I hope you guys learned something today, and now hopefully next time someone talks about a UCS or a lug, you'll know what they're talking about. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe right down there.